Hey guys, so today I'm going to be making the Dragon Fang from Ruby. It's a homemade cosplay, and what you'll need are some glue sticks, a glue gun, some scissors, some craft foam if you find some at Walmart, a rod that I bought, and I already used a PVC pipe, and just use some material that you find around the house like garden hoses, stuff like that, whatever you can find that could easily build a cosplay of your own. So this is called Dragon Fang. It's an own design of mine from the show RWBY. If you guys haven't watched it, it's by Rooster Teeth. They've made 6 or 8 volumes so far. I'm still a little behind, but I'm going to catch up. So I made this blueprint so I could start building it. It's about 26 or 22 inches long. So what I'm going to use is some craft foam, a half-cut piece of toilet paper roll, which I just use it just in case. And I'm going to be building the revolver drum with it. So what you want to do is that you want to cut an even strip of this toilet paper roll with the foam so it could go all the way around. If it's a bit crooked, that's fine, because when you hot glue it to the end, you could just trim off the pieces that you don't need. So you want to make sure that you have enough slack, so just in case you mess up, you could just cut off any slack you don't need. So you just want to use the hot glue gun, put the first end of the foam strip where the hot glue is at nice and firm. Make sure it's there securely, because if you mess up, it's kind of hard to take off craft foam from hot glue, because I've burnt myself a few times. So what you want to do is that you want to get some even coats on the edges and in the middle if you want, but I'm kind of a little short on hot glue, so I just put little dabs here and there to make sure that it all fits through. And there we go, we're going to wrap it back around, nice and even. And remember what I said, that whatever slack you have, you could just cut it straight in the middle. But make sure you always put the slit cuts on the bottom of the gun if you're trying to build one. Next, you're going to put some hot glue around the rim and get another strip evenly to put on both sides. After you're done with that, you want to cut off the sides and put the end of the revolver drum through the top bent piece of the PVC pipe. As so, you put enough hot glue so it holds on it so it can seal evenly. Next, you want to make sure it's firm and that it's completely on there. Make sure it doesn't fall out. Alright, next you want to be putting in the rod through the little hole that you cut out from the bottom, and same thing to hot glue it. Next, I'm going to be building the front stock piece of the revolver to hold the rim in place. So you want to cut out both even parts and take a piece of craft foam and to hot glue both pieces onto the foam and then cut it out evenly. Alright, since now I got that done, what you want to do is cut a few slits into the pieces that you want to fold. If you don't do this, it's going to be coming warp-sided, so you want to have enough hot glue on the side to make sure that each warp part is put on evenly. Alright, after that's done, when you build both parts, because of this metal material, it doesn't really agree with hot glue that much, so what you want to do is build a few pieces that will easily stick on, such as so. So there's a nice firm movement and hold within the barrel and the gun. Alright, now that I have the first few parts done, there's still a lot of more work to do. Now I'm going to build the bottom stock that will hold the revolver drum, which this cardboard piece will go straight on the bottom here. So after you cut out a baseline, which is the bottom square piece here, or rectangular, whatever you want to call it, and cut out 2 even parts of the bottom stock, what you want to do is hot glue both sides and put each put each of these columns on an angled side. Alright, after you're done there, you want to put some foam over it, and the same thing, cut each slit, make sure there's enough room to fold over, so there's enough room to put in the hot glue so it will stick properly. Next, you want to put enough hot glue on the bottom piece so it could attach to the foam rim on the bottom of the gun. Be aware that the hot glue does get hot, obviously, since it's called hot glue, and I burned myself. And also there are webbings. I call them webbings because it's leftover hot glue that gets pulled off from the big glob that you might have put on the side of the cardboard or foam. Later in the process, before you spray paint or anything, make sure you take all those webbings off. Next, I'm going to be building the top iron sight piece out, so on the top of the stock. After that, I did the same process with completing it with foam, inside and out. Next, I'm going to do the same system and put each hot glue pieces within the piece on the top. And as you can see, I'm kind of folding in the pieces as it goes. And next, you want to put on some detail, whatever you want. And the reason why the first iron sight's not on the metal piece, like I said before, that metal does not agree with hot glue too much. Next, I'm going to be building the handle. And what you're going to do, all you're going to do is just cut a bunch of separate cardboard pieces and fold them over each other just to get the shape of it. Sorry. And after that is done, you're going to be folding each cardboard piece on top of each other to get the mold of it. It doesn't matter how it looks, and right now it's looking pretty good. Now next, I need to build the trigger release. It's not going to be as accurate as I want because of the fold and the curve there, but I did the best I can on what materials I had. I don't have that much craft foam, so I gotta work with what I got, because I ain't rich. So yeah, it's actually coming out pretty good so far. So next off, I need to put on the foam. And the reason why you want to curve more than one layer of cardboard is because when you use the foam to wrap it around, it will form by itself. So now I got about 75% of the job done. Now next off, we got a few trigger stocks and the revolver piece on the back. So this is the hammer which I need to build. I wasn't thinking too much through on this because there are two different pieces that you needed to build this. And according to my width of the drum, I did not have enough room to do so. So I just had to make do and use one layer instead of the two that I wanted. Because if I used two, it would look too thick and it would have looked like a piece of crap. So what I did, I just used one piece instead of two and overlapped it with foam. What I'm gonna do is just hot glue it to the very back. Make sure there's enough hot glue, because if you don't, then it's not gonna stick too well. I know, because I had to repeat this kind of strategy 5 times. Now we're off to the blade. According to my sizes, I didn't have cardboard that was long enough. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna mark a small piece of cardboard and make 2 pieces out of it. I'm not going to use 2 pieces of cardboard because then the blade's going to be way too uneven and it's going to be too heavy for the front of the gun. It's going to pull the gun apart if you don't believe it. So what I do, I make a template of the blade and cut out the front part as much as I can. So this is what you want to cut out first before anything. And when you cut it out, you want to cut a small slit on the very top and leave yourself some room. Because the slit on the top that will curve inward will go where the the wooden stick will go. So this will give it enough room so it sinks in quite perfectly. Because if you leave that undone, it's just going to slip off and it's not going to work. Now that I got the small part on the back to finish the blade, next I need to put on a piece of foam. And as you can see, I hot glued that piece of foam to the other side and cut out the slits within the blade. So what you want to do is that since this piece of foam was not long enough, I need to use 2 separate pieces. So what you want to do is use as much as the top as you can, fold it over, and make sure there's enough room of foam or slack to make sure it glues in properly. Because if you don't have enough room, then cardboard's going to start showing and you're going to have that really nasty look to it. So what you want to do is just leave some room so you can hot glue the pieces in properly. That is it. So I got the blade all straightened out, my bad. And yeah, it's actually pretty light. It's lightweight. Good thing I only did the one layer instead of the two. And I'm hoping you guys enjoyed this and thought this would be helpful. If you guys want to create the design yourself or try to remake it, and tell me on the comments below, and just tell me what you think of it. Also, I built this homemade white fang mask of my own design because I'm planning to do my own version of the white fang leader. Not Adam, but more of my own character, own storyboard, own... Yeah, you get the whole shebang. So I just used a few materials I found left over around the house. So yeah, just let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Make sure you guys comment, like, and subscribe. And if there's anything I should do to my videos later on, just let me know on the descriptions below. And just to give out to my little brother a little shout out for his gaming channel coming up soon. He still hasn't confirmed what it was, but I'm hoping you guys follow him then. So see you later, guys.